two, right?
Hello. Okay, now. Good morning, everyone. My name still remains Suliat Ojo, and I'm your facilitator for the Microsoft Office package. So today we continue with Microsoft Word. After that, we move to Excel. Then by tomorrow, we are going into what PowerPoint. Remember, this training is brought to you by Mind the Gap and Dini Engine. So you are expected to fill out your attendance form because without your attendance form, you are not having certificate. And without completing your assignment that will be given to you at the end of the training, then you won't be issued your certificate also. So to avoid unnecessary complaints about I attended the training and I was not given certificate, please endeavor to fill in the attendance form and complete your assignment. The assignment is expected to be submitted 2 weeks so that the certificate can be issued out to those that are qualified. So now let's start because there's no much time. So
But you're not oh, perfect. Perfect.
okay.
Sorry.
Sorry
So,
everyone, the network is very bad.
share your screen.
So please let's continue. Sorry for that.
You share your screen.
Yes. Can I start?
Yeah.
So sorry, welcome back. The network is a bit slow and misbehaving. So we stopped at insert yesterday and we deal with tables and we deal with picture yesterday also. Now we want to continue with shapes. So shapes are drawings that we use for any purpose you want to use it for in a document. Like this shape here is the cylinder, this shape here is a box, and this shape here is a circle. This is a question for nursery 2 or KG classes. Match the below objects with numbers, which shows that you can use Microsoft Word to type in your examination question if you have one. So if you need any shape, just go to shape. We have many shapes that are here. We have lines, rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equation shapes, flow charts, stars and banner, colors. So any shapes you need to use, you can use it freely. Just click on it. Let's use circle or oval. Click on it, hold down your left mouse key, and then drag. So now you have your shape here. You have a cycle here. Remember, I've told you under insert tools, most of anything that you inserted always comes with a button on its own, which is called what? Format. Some comes out with design or layout, but this comes out with what? Format. So under the format, you can change the color of the circle, you can change the outline of the circle, you can do anything you want with the circle. So the first thing here is the shape styles. So remember, like I said yesterday, these have many functions. So you click on it, you can change the color by just waving your mouse around all this here until you are satisfied with what you want. This is like a gradient color. So let's choose this. Say here is shape fill. That means you can change the color of the fill. Fill means the color inside the circle. You can change the color that you want. If you are not okay with all this color here, just click here and then pick a color. You can see it's changing inside. So you pick a color. The shape outline means the color you want for your outline. If you want color for your outline, you can give it. You can see it's changing to black, blue, yellow. So let's pick black. Now under the shape outline, we have no outline. If you don't want any color as your outline, just click it and it disappears. Next, let's give it back a color. So under the shape outline also, you have more outline colors. That means you can't find the colors you are looking for around here. You can click on more outline colors and then you click around it, then okay. So the color has changed. Next is your what? Weight. If you want the outline of your shape to be very visible, they can change it. You can see it now. It's big and bold. So that about what the shape fill and the shape outline. Shape fill is used for the color inside, while the shape outline is used for the color what outside. So the shape effect, how do you want it to look like? Just move around it and then you see it. Anyone you like, you can pick from there. This one is giving it a shadow effect. You can see it. This one is giving it like a cover effect. Anyhow you want it, that's what the shape effect works for. Next is word art. Do you want to type anything in it or not? You don't want to, can see it's not even showing because now the text inside. So assuming I have a text inside it, that means I can put it like this and it goes round it. So that is that about the shape. For this, if it's between the text, let me put it here. And now you want the text to be showing at the front. Then you can click this, click send backward. If it's not showing, click again, send back. If it's not showing, then click behind text. Now you can see the text is showing inside the circle. This is what all these are being used for. If you want it forward, you can bring it forward here, bring to the front of text, and the text are no longer what showing. So that about what shapes. Can insert any shapes like the shapes I inserted here. This is a box. Let's look for the drawing of the box here. Click on shapes. Now this is a box. So you can change the color from here. Immediately you finish drawing any shape on Microsoft Word, it comes out with its own format. It's under here that you can edit your drawing to the way you want it. So you can increase it or decrease it. So increase or decrease by holding down your left mouse key, then drag to any height that you want. Also, you notice that in every shape, you always have this small dot that comes in red or orange, any color that it comes in. You can use it to give your shape another drawing. You can see this now. You can use it to just draw something else or make the edges of the part of your drawing to look more sharper or bigger according to how you want it. So you can see it's different from the ones we drew before. So that about what shape. So let's go next to chart. So in chart, can use chart. We have flow chart, bar chart. So under here we have used the chart. Sorry. So now, once you click here, then click on chart. It pops out. So we have here the list, the types of charts that we have. We have the pie chart, bar, area, map, stock. Anyone you feel like using, you can use. So let's use the pie chart. Click on it and change it. If you want it like this, flat, round, any way you want your chart to appear, you can use it. You wait for it to load. So now you can see it here that the chart has popped up. So now the chart always comes with a table of its own. So in here you can put your number or anything that you want. You can change it. Let me put sales here. Price. I can delete these two. I don't want it to appear. That means I want just two columns in my chart. So now I have it. Once you are done, just close this and it's gone. So you can see we have the sales, which is this. And then we have the what? Price, which is the bigger one. It's telling us the blue is the sales, while the orange color is the what? Price. So that is that about chart. You can use it to insert and present a figure or a table in your document. So next is header, footer, and what? Page number. So let's go to a new document to analyze how this works. Control O. Let me open a new document. Let's use this. So now when you go to under insert, header is used to place something at the top like this of your document, while footer is used to place something at the bottom of your document. Your page number can either be anywhere that you want it. So the footer can be at the bottom, while the header will be what? At the top. So let's start with the header. So once you click header, that's a small button. It has many options. You want to type just at the left side. You want to type at the 3-point side. Just pick any option of your choice. So let's pick this. Then something appears here. This is showing that you cannot edit anything that is there, but you can write anything you want here. So let me just put examination question here. Sorry, let me bring out my on-screen keyboard so that you can see what I'm typing on the screen board. Remember, how do we get our on-screen keyboard? Just type in here under your search on screen. I have it here now. So you wait for it to pop up. So wait for it to pop up. Remember, I've told you once something is loading on your system, allow it to load finish before clicking on something else. If not, just make your system start hanging or misbehaving. So now we have our on-screen keyboard. So I'm going to minimize it until I need it later. So this header now, we've written examination question there. It's going to appear on all the documents, all the pages of this document. So once you finish anything you want to put here, just click here, close header and footer. Then you can be able to edit your what? Your document. So now we have it here. You can see it here. Let me scroll down. So it appears on all the documents, all the whole pages in the document. See, it's there also. So that's what header means. I'm sure most of you would have seen a novel that has its title on all at the top of all the whole pages, or maybe at the bottom of all the whole pages. Maybe you are reading like Ade goes to school. Then at the open page one, you say Ade goes to school. You open page two, you say Ade goes to school. That is the work of the word header. It applies the same text on all the whole pages of the word document. Same also like what? Footer. So now let's apply a footer here. So just click footer. Let's use another style. So let's use this 3-type style. Then you come here, you can type anything you want. Says 1. Anywhere you see type here, that means those are the places available for you to type in header or what? Footer, depending on the style of header that you did what? Pick. And put here or question. Sorry, I said I'm going to use my on-screen keyboard. So I will use it for the next one. And yeah, Juliet. So this is going to appear also on all the bottom of your what document. So that is the function of what header. If you have something that you feel like I want it to be there, I don't want it to change, you use what header and what footer. It doesn't changes, it doesn't shift anything. Then once you are through, just click what close. So now you have it there. Let's look at the bottom of the page. So now we have it, just one operations, then Suliat. So that's the work of the word footer. So next we go to what? Page number. Just as the name implies, it's for you to insert what? A page number at the top. You can either apply a page number at the top of your pages, at the bottom, page margin, current position, anywhere you want it. So let's start from the top. So you have a small arrow which shows that it has many other words, functions in it. So do you want it at the top left, at the top middle, at the top right? Do you want it to be written as page 1 or just 1? So let's pick 2 examples from the top so that you can see how it appears. So that means this shows at the top. You can see it here. And it's applying what at the left. Then you close. Remember also, page number 2 appears on all the pages of your document continuously. Not that to be showing one. No, to be showing according to the number of pages you have in your document. So if this is page 1, if you go to the next page, Then you have what? Page 2. So you have to be sure of where you want your page number inserted so that you can use it. So let's change it to the bottom and use this. That means that now you have your page number at the bottom. So let's close it. I'm sure most of you would have seen different formats of page numbers. So that is how they get their what? Page number. So this one is showing one page. So if you look down also, it will be showing 2 page. So it's showing what? 2 page. That is all about your what? Page number. So if you don't want your page number or anything again, once you apply something, you always see an option of what? Remove. So if I should remove it now, see it has disappeared. That means I don't need a page number. Even the header that we applied there, if you click on it, you see what? Remove header. If you don't want it, and if you want to change what you've typed in your header, you can just click on what? Edit. So each time you apply something on your text or document under insert, you always have the option of either deleting it or what? Editing it. So that is all that about what? The header and the what? Footer. So now let's go to the next one, which is the what? Text box. Just like the name implies, you can use it to write out a text. So you just click it, comes out here. You can write in anything you want there. Wow. Now screen keyboard has disappeared though. Let me type in Microsoft training. You can take this anywhere you want it. It can be at the bottom, just as the name implies, text box. We are going to be designing a simple letterhead in which we are going to be using what? The text box, so that you know the functionality of the text box more. So the next one is the word art. Word art is used for designing your text or having a fancy writing. So let's do something. Let me click on this. I like this Microsoft training so that you see how the word art applied to it. And see it now. Making it look more bigger, more beautiful, more fancy. Can change it here if you want to. So according to the one that you're clicking, that is how your text will appear. I think this is okay. So after the under insert, everything comes with its own bottle of what? Format or what? Design. So you can change the shape field. Remember, the field is for the color. So if I don't want it to be black or blue, you can change it. And this one is changing everything. So it's here. You come here to change it. You don't want it to be black or blue. Wow. Still doing the same thing. Wow, this is okay. Making it look more better. This is for the outline. Hope you can see that the outline is what? Changing. Let's apply it a color, then make it bold. Remember, you go to your what? Weight. Now you can see it. So we want for the shape outline for all the whole shape, which is in square, and change it. If you want it to be visible, just make sure your word is bold. Then you can see the color that you've applied on it. So that is all about word art. So just to make your text look more bold, more beautiful, and look more fancy. So the next one, we have drop cap. Let me click on the text here so that I can show. Now it's showing. So the next one is our word cap. Drop cap is used to capitalize the first letter in the sentence, just like when you're reading the newspaper and you see that the first letter is in bold and the other text are there. So I'm going to highlight this. Let me look for a story in this place. Sorry. Now, same one. Now, let's highlight B. Then you apply what? Drop cap on it. Do you want it like this or like this? Anyone you want it. Then you have more options. So let's just use this. So now the first letter is what? Bold. So that is the function of the what? Drop cap. So in case you are wondering how they are doing it, this is how they do it in what? Microsoft Word. So now let's go to what? The last part of the insert is what? Equation and what? Symbol. Equation that implies maybe mathematics equation. Like you can see it here, it's showing some equation of which I know one of them, the almighty formula, and then one other formula like that, like that. So we have many equations that we can use here. We are looking for an area of a cycle. So if you're typing it in, just type in this. If you know the area or the perimeter or anything, do that. Let me go back to this. So that is what equation is meant for. Like now, let me click in here. Please make sure you always click where you want to type in or insert anything that you want to insert. Just put your arrow anywhere you want it. So now you can see area equal per arrow square, which is area of the word cycle. So you can continue writing any other thing you want to write. Then for the next one, which is what? Symbol. You can see we have the hash, the zero, the theta, the therefore, the division. Plus and minus equal. All these are not what degree. Let's look for it together. So you scroll down. Please, you have to make sure your eyes are sharp because there are very many. Now, this degree, they'll just click on what? Insert, and then you have it. Close. So this is what? 3 degree. So that is the function of what? Equation and what? Symbol. So that is all that about what? Design about insert button. Remember, we look at table. If you missed yesterday class, do make sure that you go to the Dini Engine YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, and then watch a replay of yesterday class so that you can understand more better on today's class. So the last stage we are going here today is what? Our layout for document. I told you yesterday, 3 important buttons that they use mostly in Microsoft Word is home button, insert button, and then the what? Layout. Now this is margin. That means from your left side to your top to your bottom is what? Your margin. The borders of your document is your what? Margin. So here, if I should click here now, if you put it anywhere here to see, to move up, please pay attention to this space, this white space here. Look at it very well so that you can see how the margin works. If I click it to normal, see now we're having enough white space here and enough of what? White space at the left. So if I click here, click on this one, see, we are having limited white space here and there was limited white space here. So that is what margin works for. So sometimes maybe you type and you just need it to be in a page, you don't want it to be in 2 pages. You can just come to your margin and then just do what? Adjust it, pick the one that you want out of it so that your page number will do what? Will minimize. Then the next one is what? Orientation. How do you want your document to be? Do you want it in landscape or in what? Portrait. Now this document is in what? Portrait. But if you want it in landscape, just click on this and then it will change. Now let me tell you how it has changed. When it was in portrait, look again, can see the border of the document. This is the beginning of the document and this is the end of the document in portrait. But now that we've changed it to the landscape, and so we have seen the beginning of the document, but we are not seeing the what, the ending of the document, which shows that it has actually done what, changed the document. Done what? Change. But we are not paying attention to it. We feel like actually know it, can just put it there. So once you finish your document and then you put it into your printer, it comes out in that paper format. But mostly for documentation, they use what? A4 paper. So most time it's always in A4 paper or what? Letter. So if you change it to A4 paper now, to still be what? The same. Because A4 paper and letter on system is almost always what? The same. The same size. Like now we have 8.5 here and this one is just 8.275. We have 11 here and this is just 11.69. So it's always like that. But if you are using A3 paper to print, just click on A3 and then you see that it will change. You don't mind that the looks are still the same, but the length of your paper now have done what? Increase. That actually done what? Increase. So don't just click on it for clicking sake, thinking that it didn't change. To actually change, but you won't see it on your screen because it will be more bigger. So the screen will just maintain its own actual size, but it has applied the information that you feed it in for it. So let's click back to what? A4. So everything is there. So now columns is to divide the page of your document into 2 or 3 or 4 according to how you want it. So now if I should click on this and just put 2, now you can see some text are showing by the side of the side. That means that my page has been divided into what? 2. So that's how they create a columns in what? In Microsoft Word. For you to create a column, just go to your layout, click on columns. How many columns do you want? If I want it to be 3, now it's 3. Let me reduce the screen so that you can see. So you see, is that many now? 3. So if I want back to the 1, just go back on what? 1. So I have all my documents in one page. So let me increase it back so that I can see what I'm doing. So that is all that about what? Layout. These are the major things they use in what? Layout, which is what? The page setup. Now, let me go back to the home button to show you some functionality again. Each time you see an arrow, a small arrow, down like this, pointing downward, that means that if you click in it, there are other many what options. Like here does not have any arrow, so this is all what you can find here. But here has an arrow, which shows that you can find more functions. Here has an arrow also, which shows that you can find more functions. Here also has a what arrow, which shows that you can find what more functions. So let me type N. Like now you want to create the naira sign. Just type N, highlight it. Let me make it more bigger. Remember, to make it more bigger, go here, and I can see what I'm doing. Now you want to create it as a naira sign. Just come here, click this at your font. You can see effects. What do you want there? Is it just one strike through? Double? Do you want it up? Down? Do you want it in small letter or capital letter, or you want it hidden? Don't want it to show. So as many as you click, as many functions that you what apply to it. But I want to do what a naira sign. So double strike through, then just click what OK. Then you have your naira sign. So that's how they create a naira sign in what Microsoft Word. That is all that about this button. So if you click on this button also, you have many functions. Although most of them are here already, but just one or two that are missing that can be incorporated here will just be what found here. So now let's treat a little bit of essential short key in Word, Microsoft Word. Just click enter. I'm going to type in here number one, Control plus A will give us what? A light up. Number two, Control plus B will give us bold. Control plus C will give us copy. Control plus V will give us paste. Control plus Z will give us undo. So I'm just going to take 6 of them because of time. Control plus Y will give us what? Redo. So let's make this bigger. So Control A is for a light hold. So if you hold down Control and then press A, all the text in your document will be what? Highlighted. As you can see it now, everything is what? Highlighted on your Word document. So that is what Control A does. So Control B is for bold. If you want to make your document, one of your text bold, highlight the one you want it bold, then press Control B. You can see now is what? Bold. Control C is for copy. If you need to rewrite this again somewhere, instead of you typing it again, just highlight it out. Press Control C. Just be sure you press Control C. Once you press Control C, then click where you want it to be pasted. Then press Control V. So now you see we have it again. Control A, Control B, Control C, Control V, Control Z, then what? Control Y. So if I don't want it, maybe I made a mistake, then just press what? Control Z, and it has what? Disappear. I made a mistake in deleting it and it appears what? Again. So that is that about what? Some little short key in what? Microsoft Word. Now here, this thing you are seeing here is called the ruler bar. It's used to measure your Word document. You can drag it up, and see, or you drag it down. Is your what? Ruler bar. And drag it to the left. Or to the right, anywhere you want it. Let me zoom out. Or to the what? Left. So that is that about the what? Ruler bar. Next is your zoom button. You can see it here showing what? Zoom. So if you want to make your document bigger, just click like this, it's becoming what? Bigger. If you want it to be smaller, click out, and it's becoming what? Smaller. But if you want it 100%, this small ruler you're seeing here, this small line you're seeing here, just click on it and it's what? 100% what? Okay. So around here we have our page 4 of 4. That means that in this document we have what? 4 pages. And how many words do we have there? We have 278. So these are word counts. That means that each word you are typing, so maybe you are using your Microsoft Word to type an essay or a letter that says not less than 400 words. Just keep looking here to ensure that you've not exceeded 400 words or what? 500 words. Maybe they are saying not less than 2 or 3 pages. So just keep looking here to see how many pages you've typed so far. So that's about what our Microsoft Word. So if you need a more training on that, go to us, contact us at dini.tech. Go there so that you can see our website or our call line so that we can give you more training on that. So next we have to move to what? Microsoft Excel. So welcome to what? Microsoft Excel. Remember, anything you want to open on your system and you don't know where it is, just click here and type in the keyword Excel. You have it. Just click on what? Open. So I've already opened it again. No need of me what? Open it again. So you press ESC to cancel that. So this is your what? Microsoft Excel. This is how it appears once you open it. Like tables form, see lines, yeah. All these are your what? Columns are your what? Rows. But in Excel they call it cell. Everything you are seeing here is called what? Cell. Called cell. This is what is called in what? Excel. But when you see a table in Microsoft Word, it's called what? Rows or what? Columns. But in Excel, it's called what? Cell. So you have it here. So before we start, let's look at some basic functions of what? Excel and how it's being used for. So let me start from here. So now, you see, if you click here, you'll be seeing something here telling you that is what? A2. That means that you have A here and the number beside is what? 2. So that means when you see cell A2, this is what they mean. Maybe somebody gave you an Excel sheet and is telling you the information you need is in cell B3. So that means I have to look at B here, then look for 3 at the left-hand side. Then you have B3. So that is what this does. Like this arrow now pointing from F to 8, that means it's what? Cell F8. And this one is pointing from H to 5, then that means it's what? Cell H5. So I'll be using cell in my explanation so that you won't feel like what is cell or what is all this. So that is that about that. Then the next one now is basic simple calculation in what? Excel. Basic simple calculation in Excel. So in Excel you can add, subtract, multiply, and what? Divide without using built-in. You need to use some basic operators like plus, minus, times. All formulas start with what? An equal sign in Excel. Before you can apply any formula in Excel, make sure you always start with what? Equal to. Once this equal to is there, Excel recognize it as what? A calculation. But once it's not there, it just recognize it as what? A number or a text. So for instance, for you to add, select cell, remember, select cell what? B3, I'm going to be showing you an example. Maybe you have what you want to add. You have the list here, then you have the numbers here. So you just select the cell here and type in C3, remember the cell, plus. That means this plus now is showing what you want to add. Then press what? Enter. To subtract, you do the same and just put what? Minus. Now you're giving a set information that you want to do what? Subtract. To multiply, just put in this asterisk sign. It's representing what? Multiplication in what? Excel. While to divide, you are using what? The sign of what? Division. So it's as simple as that. It's not at all very hard. So let's go through some practical so that you can understand what I've just listed out there. So here I've typed in a rough work of list of what? Fruit. List of fruit. So let me type it in here so that you know how to type. It's just simple. SN. Use your tab or your arrow key, your left arrow key. So I have to bring out this my on-screen keyboard back. Hold on. So you can use the arrow key, which is this, to move to the next cell, or use this to move back, or use the up to go up, or you use the down arrow key on your keyboard to go anywhere. So you have fruit, then go to the next one, quantity. This is how you type in Excel. Very simple, simple as that. Go to the next one, price. Since this our cursor is moving outside of the box, you just hold down your Alt and press what? Enter. Don't just press enter so that you can move to the next line per unit. Then use the arrow key to go to the next place. Remember, for you to go to the next line in Excel, you hold down your Alt and then click what? Enter. So you go to the next what? Side. So that's why I type in all this information that you are seeing what in Excel. As simple as that. Just type in everything you want in each cell that is there. So now this was my first typing in which my quantity was not showing, my price per unit was not okay, and my list of fruit is not at the middle. So you adjust it by holding your ruler. Just come to the cell up and see my ruler is changing to what? Plus. This black arrow is changing to plus. So once it changes to plus, just drag it out or drag it what? In, according to how you want it to be adjusted. The fruit is okay. Come here, drag it out until my quantity is showing. It's okay. Come here also and do what? Drag it out. So my price per unit also is what? Okay. Now I want this my list of fruit to be at the what? Middle. So I have to select it from the first cell to the last cell of where I have my price. That means from cell A to what? Cell D. Once you highlight it like this, just click what? Merge and center. And there you have it. Is what is centralized. So that's how I achieved it. For you to put a table, remember in Excel, these lines you are seeing are not visible in printing. They're only there on the sheet. You don't use page for Excel, you use sheet. But with Microsoft Word, you use what? Page. So for it to appear on the sheet, just for you to know that, okay, this is what I'm typing in, for you to see where each of your text is going or your figures is going on the sheet. That's why all these lines are there, but it's not what's visible when you want to print. So you have to make sure you draw your own line or you create your own table on it once you finish. So just highlight it. Remember, hold down your left mouse key, then highlight, then come here. Once you click here under font, just put what? All border, just like we did in Microsoft Word also. And you have your what? Table inserted. Remember, all these functions, like we did in Microsoft Word, from the font to the alignment is what? The same in a what? Excel also. It's perform the same functionality. So if we want to increase the number, you can use this and see the number is what? Increasing. You can reduce it so that I'm not going over that again. If you want to change the font name, you can change it from here. So anyone you want can see it. I've not changed from the rest. If you want to reduce the number also, you can reduce it from what? Here. You can undo also by pressing Ctrl what? Z. Here. It goes back to how you want it. This bold, this italics, and this what? Underline. So we are going straight to business here because we've talked about most of this functionality in what? Microsoft Word. So now we are going to be doing the simple basis calculation, which is the what? Plus, minus, division, and multiplication, just like we've seen here. So that's what we are going to be looking at what in Excel. So that maybe if you have a data that you want to do a simple calculation in, so you pressing your calculator after you word. So now I want to add all this quantity. Remember, we have to add all this quantity up to know how many quantity of fruit that we have. So the first thing first, remember, put your what? Equal to sign. Once you put it, identify the cell that the figure is. This cell is in what? C, then the number is what? 3. So you put C, type in C, and then put what? 3. Now we want to do what? Addition. So you type in your what? Plus. From where to where do you want to add your figures? Do you want to add just 40 plus 50. No, we want to add from 40 to what? 200. So that means that you have to look at it again. The last number is what? 200 and is in what? C. But the number is what? 7. So put C, then 7. So that means we are adding from C to C7. No, sorry. So you have to put in all the whole numbers here. The next one is what? C4. Put your plus again. The next one is what? C5. Hope you understand I'm getting my C5. This is C. The figures appears under the cell of C. Why the number? It's not this your own serial number that you wrote here that is the number that you are going to be looking at. The numbers are on the sheet already. That's what you are going to be looking at. So it appears under say what? C what? C5. So then the next one is what? C6 plus C6 plus C7. Then you click what? Enter. Then you have your what? Final answer. So that means all the quantity of fruit that we have is what? 400 and what? 30. That is how you do your what? Simple addition. I'm going to show you the various way by which you can do your what? Addition, but this is the first what? Step. Then the next one now is that we want to do what? Multiply. You can do it the same way just like you did this. Say price per what? Unit. So if the price per unit is there, that means we are multiplying the quantity by the what? Price. You see, Excel is used for calculation if you know what you want to do. And if you understand the formula of what you are going to be doing, Excel is used for it. So if you don't know whether you are doing plus or minus, Excel will not just work it out automatically for you that, okay, she wrote quantity here, price per unit type of, so that you know how to add up and subtracting and multiplying. So that is why Excel is used for. That's why I told you that Excel is mostly used for what? Simple calculation or what? Major calculation. So for the quantity and the price per unit, that means is what? Multiplication. So you can put it just like we do this. You identify it. The first one is what? C3. Remember, always put your what? Equal to. That shows that you are doing what? Formula. So you write C3 multiplication, just like you are asterisk. Then this one is D. The price per unit is under what? D. So you see it's D here and there is what? 3 also under the what? Row 3. So you put what? D3 and then press what? Enter. So that means it's what? 2000 type of calculation using what? Excel. So now let me show you another step of using it again. So I'm going to delete this. Now, before I forgot, if you click here and look up here to this side, you see 40. That means that this is where the text you type will always what? Appear. But if you have done any calculation in Excel, like this one now is a calculation, it won't come out as a figure. Instead, it will come out as the what? Formula. So this is what we type in to achieve what? This result. So in case we are saying, don't feel like that. When did I type this one? It's not showing. No. This shows that it's the what? Calculation. And please do not tamper with it, because once you just press something else here, it's what? It appears. Now is the end. So the next one now, I'm going to delete this one now. It's showing that it's what? Calculation. So I will delete this and show you the second method. The second method is also is what? Right? Equal to. Addition is also known as what? Sum. So just type sum here. Then open what? Brackets. Then the first one here is what? J. This one is under the role of what? J. No longer the cell of what? I'm using row so that you can understand, but it's called what? Cell. No longer under the cell of what? C. So you put what? J under the role of what number? 3. J3. Then semicolon. Column. Sorry. Put column. What number? 200. You put what? J 7. Close your bracket. You can see this blue line and shows that we are trying to do a formula, an addition from 40 to what 100. That's why you have this straight line down. So just press enter and we're having what the same result. That is the second way of doing your what addition. Remember, the first way is to do your what simple what equal to identify the cell C3, then add it up to C4, C, continue adding it up. So please just try as much as possible to once you finish this live class, you can always have a rewatch of the video so that you understand what method this autosum here now. We don't have the subtraction or multiplication inside. So for you to put your subtraction and multiplication in, you have to use the word short key. It's not as if you don't have it in the exact function, but you have to look for more function, which is the doing what you have to be scrolling, which is what unnecessary. So just put it in here like this, and you have your what autosum. So for this, let me change this. And see, this is what I did here, showing that I did what J3 asterisk what K3. So you can do it again like this and put equal to J3, then put your sign here. Maybe I don't want it to multiply it by this 50. I want it to multiply by another 50. Just click on this and you can see it pops out as what K5. That is another way of doing your what calculation. You might not type in, just type in the first cell that you can identify, put your minus or plus or division, and just click on any other figure that you need it to do the function with, and click your what enter. There you have it. So that is the simple way of you doing what your plus and with your what minus. So let's try to do a bit of minus, even though it's not needed here, but let's do minus. So I can put my formula anywhere. As far as my cell is correct, it will identify it and give me the correct answer. So it's not a mod that is underneath or beside it or so. No. So I can put it here and put equal to, let's do minus. There is C7 here minus. Let's come here, we can use what J6 here. Remember, if I click this now to appear as what J6, and then just put what equal to, that is what 160. That is the meaning of the minus. Now the last but not the least on this simple calculation is that since we did our formula using this, instead of you starting again with writing equal to C4 times D4, no, instead of you doing that again, you can just click on this. Make sure this thing change to plus once you put it. Remember, this one is the first thing to be showing. Another one will be showing like a bold plus until it's changed to a black plus that you can see like this. Hold down your left mouse key and drag down, and then it multiplies everything automatically. Because it has recognized that this is a what multiplication. So it will apply to you that since you are dragging down the formula, it will help you to change the number of the cell, and then it will multiply. Now the next thing is that you see that you're having hash here. This hash means that the space for the text or the figure is too what tight. So you have to do what adjust it. So you come here and do what adjust it, and your figures will do what show. So this one is still not okay. So you come back here. Either it's showing that hash or in the word plus. Let me undo. So it's either it's always showing like this or what like this. This is reading an error to the space. of your what cell. So you drag it out, and everything is what balanced. So that is that about what Excel. So the same thing applies to this. So once I adjust my cell size, it shows what I've written in it. So that's how you do simple calculation in what Excel. Remember again, your plus, minus, and that is very simple to do. To add, just put your plus. Always make sure you put your what equal to sign so that Excel can recognize it as what calculation. So the next one we are going to be doing now is text in Excel. Because you can use your Excel for what? Basic data that doesn't necessarily have to do with what? Calculation. When you have much data to deal with, it's best to use what? Excel instead of using what? Microsoft Word, using what? Table in it. So this one is a data that I collected for somebody. So you can see we have the name, the serial number. Oh, sorry, okay, I'll do it here. We have the serial number, names, number, email, job, date, experience, and then what? Resident. So this is a rough work of a company that he did some time ago. So they need this information to be presented. But now everything is scattered. You can see content writer here, administrative here, see graphic designer here. It's not well what arranged. So once you finish inputting all this your information in Excel, you can easily what arrange it to the best of how you want it. So it's a large data and it's very plenty. So remember, I've told you, type in how you can adjust your table by dragging it out, and then just put your what text that you want in it. So for you to arrange it, like can have everything aligned. Maybe you want to arrange it in terms of job, or you want to arrange it in terms of name, or you want to arrange it in terms of date, or in terms of what residence. It's very, very what simple. Now if you're looking at this one now, you can see we have all the admin in one side, all the administration in one side, content writers in one side, digital marketer one side, graphic designer one side. So this is a simple, very, very what simple data analysis that can help you so that you can know how many people that each and what admin, graphic designer also. So let me use the sheet one for you to know how to arrange it. So once you are through with your typing, highlight everything. Because of time, I'll be fast with this.
Take your time.
So sorry, it's a long data, so highlight it and come to here, sort and filter. So click on this sort and filter and click on what? Custom sort. So in this custom sort now, you see sort by cell values, then what? A to Z. So do you want to sort it by the names, or you want to sort it by the numbers, the email, according to the heading that you gave it here? But now I want to sort it by the job so that we can know how many people had me, how many people are graphic designer, and so. So the cell value, since we don't have any values, value means figure. Since we don't have any values in the cell, just leave it like that. Then do you want it from A to Z or from Z to what? A. You want it from the beginning to the what? N. You just click what? Okay. And everything is what? Arranged. Now you will see that this digital marketer is coming before this because there is a space before the D. So if you can't see it, highlight it back, highlight it again, go back to your sort and filter, click on custom filters, then click on OK because I've inputted it here before. Then everything now will be what? Well arranged. So you can see it here. So we have all the admin on one list. We have the content writers on one side. You can see. So your eyes is not seeing admin, seeing graphic designer, seeing digital marketer roughly just like before. So that is that about what the text, how you can what analyze your what data. So like I said earlier before, if you need more tutorial on this, you can contact us at what dini.tech so that we can give you an advanced training on all this on how to use it. But for the basic knowledge, this is very, very what? Okay. So
Thank you,
now
ma'am.
please, moderator, please show me my screen. Let me see maybe I have any question or something to answer. Okay. Don't have any questions. So that will be all for today's training. I hope you're enjoying the class, and I'll be glad to hear your feedback either at the comments or at the question. Anything you have to ask, feel free to ask me. So thank you, and I remain Suliat. Bye bye.